They are going to start killing ICE agents. I don't like it, but ICE agents are going to start getting killed. And unfortunately, this is something that Donald Trump will use to his advantage. Let me explain and give me time to lay this out. First, to just be clear up front before anybody mischaracterizes what I'm saying here, I oppose all violence. Violence against civilians is wrong. Violence against federal agents is wrong. What the Trump administration is doing right now is a blueprint for escalation. Now, we've already crossed the line into something very dangerous. Let's talk about Alex Pretti. Alex Pretti was a 37-year-old ICU nurse, an American citizen, no criminal record, had some traffic tickets. He was filming federal agents in Minneapolis over the weekend. He tried to help a woman who had just been shoved to the ground. Video shows him holding a phone. He gets pepper sprayed. He gets tackled by multiple agents and pinned to the sidewalk. Another agent pulls a gun from his waistband, turns away, and less than a second later, the shots start. Maybe as many as 10 shots in 5 seconds, and Alex is dead. Federal officials immediately say he was a violent threat. They start bandying around that he's a domestic terrorist. But the videos don't show that. Witnesses don't say that. State officials say the feds even have blocked access to the crime scene. So this is not law and order. We can't even call it law enforcement. ICE is not enforcing the law. This is a federal paramilitary force operating with near total impunity. And the part that a lot of people don't want to say out loud, because if you say it the wrong way, it sounds like you're advocating violence, which of course I'm not, is that when the state starts killing people in the streets with no consequences, it's inevitable that there's going to be escalation. Not because violence is justified, it's not, but because human behavior is predictable. You teach a society that violence is the language through your actions. Someone eventually is going to respond in that language. And if this continues, the retaliation against agents is going to happen. And one or more agents is going to be killed. Not because it's right, not because that's how we fix things. We won't, and I'll get to that in a moment, but because this is how systems break. Now, the darker part is the following. Authoritarians want escalation. Chaos is useful to them. Chaos lets them say, we need more force. We need troops. We need emergency powers. We need to suspend normal rules. Maybe elections are too dangerous. Maybe the country is too unstable to vote in November and take Republicans out of power in the House of Representatives. Wouldn't that be nice for Donald Trump? So let's get something very straight. I want to speak as clearly as possible. They are going to end up in a situation where the very chaos they cause is used to justify a bigger crackdown. Now, on the threats around the election, it might sound quaint to mention this, but presidents do not run elections in the United States. States run elections. Local officials run elections. So even if he tries, because he's already said, wouldn't it be nice to, use that justification? We're at war. We are in an emergency. We can't have an election. Trump has flirted with that. He cannot wave a pen and end the 2026 election, even if there is a war going on, if there's a pandemic, if there's unrest. Trump's term will end January 20th, 2029, no matter what. But Trump can try to make the country feel ungovernable, I guess is the word I would use. And he can provoke unrest. And then if and when the ICE agents start getting killed, he goes, oh, now it's so crazy. We now need martial law. We now need to deploy the military. We now need to suspend the 2026 election. We've got to flood every city with federal agents and escalate until people are so afraid that maybe they accept the authoritarianism. So this is the double-edged sword, which is that the impunity that we see these ICE agents operating with leads to chaos. The chaos will lead to ICE agents getting killed. And then that will become the justification to say, now we've really got to repress protests and civil society. The repression will create more chaos. And this is the authoritarian feedback loop that I've described to you before, that people like Anne Applebaum and Ruth Ben-Ghiat have talked to us about. So it has to stop. And I don't say it has to stop because of the optics, although the optics are, you should see the emails I'm getting from people around the world. David, what is happening to the United States? We look on in horror. This is becoming a developing nation, to use Trump's term. It's a third world country over there where you've got lawless militias killing people on the streets, and then they just fly them out and there's no investigation. This is how democracies slide into police states, into security states, one emergency at a time. Ordinary people get crushed in the middle, and understand that I don't claim Trump is sitting at the White House going, I want ICE agents to be killed, kill ICE agents. I don't believe that that's what's going on. But Trump wants chaos to justify a bigger crackdown. And there would be no better justification, no more chaotic occurrence than ICE agents getting killed. And unfortunately, the longer this goes on, the more inevitable that seems. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.